This is a house of union. This house, if you read Article 96 of the Constitution of Kenya, it says that the Senate serves to protect the interests of counties and their governments. Mr. Speaker, when you find the complexities in this ongoing dispute of destruction of sugarcane of a poor farmer in Siaya County, the least I expected this committee to do, Mr. Speaker, is to be able to sit down with the governor of Siaya and say, there is a poor Kenyan here who is alleging that your Department of Roads gave authority for a road to be constructed, and his sugarcane worth 1.3 million shillings was destroyed. Mr. Speaker, when the committee comes in and says that two things, number one, and the prayers were very simple, because it is important for us to demystify exactly what it is that we are opposing. Mr. Speaker, a petitioner has come to this Senate, the Senate of the Republic of Kenya, and has alleged the following facts. Number one, that his sugarcane worth 1.3 million shillings, which he depends on. Maybe 1.3 million shillings is not anything for any of the members of the committee, but 1.3 million shillings could be the life of that poor farmer in Siaya County. When he comes in and alleges that the county roads contracted, came in and they destroyed my sugarcane. They constructed a road. Now, there's an issue of facts here. Number one, was there a road which was constructed there? What I'm finding the committee to have observed in the roadworks and scope of the engagement is that in 38, the county government, through the Department of Public Works, Roads, Energy and Transport, reported that it had not contracted any individual company or firm to undertake constructions or maintenance work along Bamasyombo Pam Orianga Road. Further, the department clarified that no county-owned road maintenance machinery or personnel had been deployed to carry out any roadworks in the said area. If the citizen of Siaya County has come and said the Ministry of Roads of Siaya County destroyed my property, and the county government is saying, oh, this is what the argument of the county government is. The county government is saying that there was no procurement, It argued that there was no lawful basis for the claim due to lack of formal procurement processes and contracts. So the first question to ask is this: what was the department, or what were the equipment owned by the county government doing in constructing a road? That is the first question to ask. And I want my colleague to listen to me. If a citizen comes and says that my road was destroyed by the county government, and he asserts clearly that my road was destroyed by the county government, the first thing the governor should have done is to call the citizen and say, let us go there. When they go there, they go look around, they check. When they check, Mr. Speaker, these points of orders are not points of orders. They are points of annoyance. Mr. Speaker, this is a house of debate. Allow me to debate. I am not a member of that.
Order, Senator Ole Kina. Order, Senator Ole Kina. Senator Wambua, what's your point of order?
I mean, they're members of the debate. Why don't they allow us to debate?
We'll ignore him, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, Standing Order 105. Statement of facts. Mr. Speaker, it will help us a lot in this house if we inform the public on the reports that are tabled here after we have studied and understood those reports. I don't know why my colleague is so annoyed with us raising a point of order, because he is misleading the House, is misleading the public. Mr. Speaker, there were no county government trucks working on any road. The contract that the petitioner entered into was not between himself and the county government. It was between himself and the person that had been given a contract by the county government. The contractor who won the contract admitted liability, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, he admitted liability. The initial settlement was between the contractor and the petitioner. At the time that the committee was considering this report, this matter was being adjudicated through a court of law. Mr. Speaker, you know, if members can read the report.
Senator, you've made your point.
Thank
Senator
you.
Ole Kina, you refrain yourself out of order to the extent of those facts by Senator Wambua, and you continue debating, but refrain yourself from making reference to matters of facts which have now been cleared by Senator Wambua, who is a member of the committee. That is the directive of the chair, and I will allow you to continue on the basis of that directive.
Mr. Speaker, this is a house of debate. I have the ability to read the report and deduce the meaning of this report. And if I do not agree with this report, I do so. I say so knowing exactly what I'm saying. Allow me to debate. You can debate your points to support the report or not support the report. But as far as I'm concerned, based on the report that I've read, I completely disagree with it. Because if you read the report,
Ole Kina,
if the committee
Senator Ole
members
Kina,
would listen to me.
Order, Senator Ole Kina. Order, Senator Ole Kina. You have not been denied the right to debate. That is your entitlement. I am directing that debate. Order, Senator. Order, Senator Ole Kina. I'll throw you out if you continue along that line. Continue debating within the context of matters of facts as has been laid out by Senator Wambua. If you don't want to do that, I will
Mr. Speaker,
find you out of order and I'll
Mr.
throw you
Speaker,
out.
I shall not be guided on how to debate. I will debate based on what I deduce from this report. I am not told to say A and I say A. If I believe it is B, it is B.
Ole
Allow
Kina,
me to debate.
Senator Ole
It is
Kina.
a point of debate.
Senator Ole Kina, you're out of order. The chair has directed that you have your right to debate. You are not being directed on how to do it. Refrain yourself from making reference to matters of facts which have been cleared. If you cannot do that, then the chair will
I shall read the report with due respect.
proceed.
And I shall debate the way I want to debate, not the way I shall be directed to debate. That is my point here. I will read the report. Whatever I deduce from the report is what I'm going to debate. Number one, I have read point number 38. I'm debating on that. I'm responding to that. What I have said, Mr. Speaker, this house is guided by the rule of law. This house has been established to protect the interests of counties and their government. A Kenyan has a right to petition this county when they feel that they have been wronged. That is my point. Mr. Speaker, I am not a member of the Transport Committee. The members of the Transport Committee have a right to stand during the debate time and debate. And ultimately, we will go to vote. And those who supports the report will say yay. Those who oppose like me will say nay. These are simple rules of debates. So, Mr. Speaker, if my colleagues could hold their horses, because the truth can never be bended. The truth can always be straight. And allow me to debate based on what I'm deducing from their report. Their conclusion fact is as follows. Number one, and if you read what they are concluding, Mr. Speaker, and you even read the recommendation given by the Commission of Administrative Justice, it is contradicting what they're saying. So allow me to debate, hold your horses. If you don't agree with me, so be it. These are my 2 cents. Mr. Speaker, I repeat by saying that I completely disagree with this report. This house is established to be able to protect Kenyans. If a Kenyan feels that they have been wronged by anybody, we have the right to listen to them. This Kenyan has come to this house and has said, remember, Mr. Speaker, not every Kenyan is conversant with the dealings of a county government. If a Kenyan, and my good friend, the senator from Kitui, who I hope God will open the ways for him to become governor, when he said that, when he was opposing, with an annoying point of order, that the gentleman came and said that the county government had when he said that this gentleman had a contract with a person who had been given a contract by the county government. It is public money which is being used to pay for that roadworks. What the Commission of Justice said, Mr. Speaker, and I'm going to read from their report. While engaging with the CAG, the county was issued with two key determinations from the CAG. First, that the county government must conduct a comprehensive investigation into the incident, and second, that the detailed report be submitted to the Commission within 60 days. The report did not outline the findings of the investigation and indicate any action taken, particularly if it is established that a county officer authorized the use of a petitioner's land. Later, the county government requested the CAG to review its prior recommendation in light of the petitioner's failure to provide the required supporting documentation. However, the county acted upon the directive and conducted internal verification and confirmed that no authorized works were undertaken along Barsimo, Osimo, or Paporingo Road or adjacent to the parcel of land. Mr. Speaker, if you read that sentence clearly, there are two contradicting things. Number one, and I want to outline this one sentence. The report did not outline the findings of the investigation and indicate any action taken, particularly if it is established that the county officer authorized the use of the petitioner's land. Mr. Speaker, when you find that a report is contradicting, the only logical thing to do is to disagree with that report. And in my finding, Mr. Speaker, the best thing that this committee of the Senate should have done is, first of all, visit the site, speak to the neighbors, do carry out investigation, so that even if it ultimately come out with the finding that they came out with, which are as follows. Number one, they said, prior one, this gentleman was only seeking to be paid 1.3 million. He said compensation as per the letter dated 19th of October 2023 to the Department of Public Works, Roads, Energy, Transport, and revised compensation damages. In accordance with the above prayer by the petitioner, the committee stated that it cannot grant this prayer as the petitioner failed to produce any documentation or formal contract to the committee linking the Department of Public Works, Roads, Energy, and Transport to the works. However, the committee recommends that the petitioner to pursue the original contract entered into between him and Mr. Onyango through other appropriate jurisdiction. Mr. Speaker, when a petitioner comes to this office, to this house, and we give him audience to listen to him, and this is the same petitioner who has completely stated that I cannot express myself well because this is a house of union, and this is a house that represents the interests of Kenyans, and particularly poor Kenyans. If they find that the county government may not have a role to play here, and they find that it is this Onyango guy who has negated the contract, this house has the powers to recommend that that person be compensated from the initial agreement. That is the reason why I'm disagreeing. And my colleagues have a right to come and say, Senator Ole Kina, we did not have the powers to pursue that. Number two, Mr. Speaker, the committee would have said, okay, we are calling Mr. Onyango. We are now going to investigate further on the initial contract. Those are my points of debate, Mr. Speaker. I don't want us to reduce this house to a point where we are guided on what we can debate. Why did we go to school in the first place? Why did we come to Parliament if we cannot be able to express ourselves and be able to defend the interests of those people who put us here? Secondly, Mr. Speaker, I am disagreeing with this report because it says that, prayer number two, divert the illegal roads to a position recognized by the Survey of Kenya map of that area. In response to that, this committee of the Senate stated as follows. In response to the above committee, the committee recommends that any grievances from the lessor should be addressed through the appropriate legal channels, as the committee has noted that the petitioner lacks authority to raise a complaint about the illegal encroachment. How on earth could that be true? This petition has come to the Senate. They have said there's a survey of Kenya. We have resources in this house. Why couldn't the Department of Transport, the Committee on Transport, proceed to the survey of Kenya and say, this is what this gentleman is requesting. He's requesting that this road be diverted based on the survey of Kenya map. Why don't we have, and we have a resource team in this parliament, why don't we have the survey of Kenya map so that we can say the petitioner is wrong? A petitioner cannot come to this house and we send them away. Why should they come to this parliament in the first place if we are sending them away? This is the reason why, Mr. Speaker, I completely disagree with this report. And I want my colleagues to listen to me. No Kenyan will ever come to parliament. If when they come to parliament, you don't pay attention, you don't go deeper and investigate the reason as to why this guy is aggrieved. No one will ever come here. Because they'll just come here and they'll know that you'll send them away. I have a lot of respect for my good friend, Senator Eddie, with this committee, because I know he's diligent. But when something is not right, I also cannot shy away from saying that this is wrong. In my finding, Mr. Speaker, and I am a ranking member in this House, I've been here, I've investigated matters in different committees. Nothing stopped this Senate from extending to every department, which the resource team, the Secretariat feel like there are issues to be dealt with here. Mr. Speaker, my point is very clear, and I want to end here. This report is shoddy. It is a summation of the real facts. The facts are stated, but I want to point out clearly that there is a lot of complexity in those matters. This ongoing dispute of encroachment of a citizen land by the Siaya County government should not just be read like it's just an easy thing, where the Senate now conclude by saying, look for justice elsewhere. Why did I waste my time here? Why did we in the Senate waste money to hold those committees? We get paid to attend those meetings. You know, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, because I don't want points of annoyance, I want to end by saying that I completely disagree with this report, and I wish that the Department of Transport can proceed.
Senator Ole Kina.
I do not wish to be informed.
Mr. The chair has not even spoken. Do you wish to be informed by Senator Eddie?
I do not wish to be informed. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Senator Wambua.
I thank you, Mr. Speaker. I would just say very few things about that report. Mr. Speaker, I think it's fair that when then we bring reports from committees, it's okay for members to debate those reports, tear those reports into pieces, and help us to improve on the reports. The Speaker, what is unacceptable is for members to make comments on a report that they have not read and internalized. Because the things that I've heard, Mr. Speaker, the Senator for Narok say, I'm very sure even himself, when he retreats and reads the report, you will feel sorry for the things that he has said. First of all, Mr. Speaker, let it be known to this House and to this country that it has never been the intention of the Roads Committee, where I sit, to send away any petitioner on any ground. That the petitioner was granted sufficient time to be heard, present their case, and even present his case in a language that he was comfortable with. And there was interpretation, and then a conclusion was made. So the other thing